Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Same Spirit Gaming. My name is Matt,
And I'm Jordan.
and we are back with Sonic Frontiers.
I can actually see the game in a decent frame rate now. 'Cause I'm back from Brazil.
Whoa. I totally just almost, ran off the edge of this cliff here. Alright, how am I supposed to get to where that marker is?
That is a good question.
Maybe over here.
I think last episode we got kind of lost. Although I can't quite remember because it's been a while for us.
Yeah. I'm supposed to find Tails.
Okay. You know, it's funny, we recorded like a whole bunch way in advance, and so we were like talking about things that probably were like out of date. But now we're pretty much recording around the same time it's going to be releasing.
Yeah, not as much of a gap.
Yeah. So, welcome to 2025, everybody. It's crazy.
Yeah. Honestly, though, a little bit crazy.
Yeah, it might be a crazy year. So. I don't know if you heard about this. This is totally random. We're just talking about like current events. Nissan and Honda are like getting ready to merge as companies,
Huh.
which is crazy. I mean, those are like huge Japanese car makers, but they're trying to compete with the Chinese car makers because if you go like almost anywhere outside of the US and probably Europe, Chinese cars have like completely taken over the market. Like in Brazil, I mean, Chinese cars are just everywhere, so I totally get it. But we just don't see that in the US. Kind of interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure one contributing factor is just, China being China and making, like, everything in a less expensive way than pretty much every other country.
Oh yeah, that's totally why there are so many Chinese cars in Brazil, is they're just flat out cheaper than everything else. But I think what's going to happen is they sell them cheap initially, and then once you're kind of in the ecosystem, they're going to raise the price. But yeah, like as it is, other car companies, US, Japanese, Europe, they just have a hard time competing. Although there's a lot of European car companies over there that we don't have, like what is it called?
Renault?
Yeah, Renault. We don't have Citroën, like French companies and Italian ones that we don't have.
Ones that I'm only even vaguely aware of because of racing video games.
Yeah. Yeah, American cars are not as common over there. They have Chevrolet and some Ford. But Jeep is like a really expensive brand, which is so weird because I have a Jeep and people are always like, oh my gosh, you have a Jeep? I'm like, yeah, it's just a Jeep Cherokee. I don't know. Not a big deal to me.
So, I'm still trying to figure out how to... It looks like I gotta get to, like, that particular platform thing over there, but I have no clue how.
Yeah. I have a hard time. It seems like sometimes you have to go like to the other side of the crevice and then work your way over, but I don't remember this particular one.
Yeah, and, like, there's hardly anything over that way, it seems, that would lead me in this direction.
Yeah.
This is where I just was, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like the same thing, except it's showing me the 3D view of what it normally gives a 2D view of. Huh. Well, while I figure this out, should we bust out some Bible verses?
Yeah. Hey, I'm up for it. That sounds good. Let's do it. All right. So, man, I have two that I don't know which one I want to do first. All right, I'll do this one first. So this is 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verses 18 through 21. So yeah, here we go. All this is from God, who reconciled us to himself through Christ and gave us the ministry of reconciliation. That God was reconciling the world to himself in Christ, not counting people's sins against them. And he has committed to us the message of reconciliation. We are therefore Christ's ambassadors, as though God were making his appeal through us. We implore you on Christ's behalf, be reconciled to God. God made him who had no sin to be sin for us, so that in him we might become the righteousness of God.
Okay, real quick. I always find it funny how it's like, oh, find tails. And I found tails, but it's not the right spot.
Oh, yeah, I remember that too.
I just,
yeah, I found him.
It should say meet tails here.
Yeah, that would be a better instruction, yeah. I'll wait till this is done to dive in.
Pretty harsh conditions for anyone to be living and working under.
Ancients must have had a reason for
This isn't even the main dialogue that I'm supposed to be getting, though.
I don't think this was a residential area. It seems more like military front lines.
First strike position, huh? I mean, those cannons aren't just for show. With everything we've seen, just what kind of enemy were they
talking about all how it looks all like there's military stuff here, and
yeah,
I guess that's the main thing for the moment.
So yeah, I found this passage interesting because it's like, okay, especially the part where it says, we are therefore Christ's ambassadors, as though God were making his appeal through us. And sometimes I don't really think of myself or us Christians like that. It's more like sometimes I think maybe I'm focusing too much on my own journey and relationship, which of course is extremely important, but there's another aspect to being a Christian where you are an ambassador of Christ. And what's interesting is they use the word appeal. As though God were making his appeal through us. And so that language implies a rejection of sorts. So, because the only time you make an appeal is when you've been rejected of something. So basically it's saying humans have rejected God and rejected Christ. And through us, God is making an appeal to humans again.
Oop,
because
I forgot to silence my phone. Sorry.
Oh, oops.
Anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, no problem. Yeah, like we are the appeal to humanity's rejection. I don't know. It's just kind of a cool thought there. And yeah, the message of that appeal, as it says, is that he reconciled us and does not count people's sins against them, which often is still kind of misconstrued even with some Christians, where like they're focusing a lot on sin when really, I mean, like literally it says in the Bible, you don't count sins against people. So that's not where the focus should be.
Yeah, and I'm actually, it's funny you mention that kind of idea, because I'm going to have a verse or passage related to that coming up here pretty soon.
I mean, to be honest, I can't even blame other Christians too much about something like that, because I see myself falling into that trap, kind of, not trap, but I see myself falling into that, like focusing on sin more than I should sometimes. where it's like, oh well, you should do this and you shouldn't do that and you should do. It's just like, okay, like simply the message is Jesus is our savior and our sins are forgiven. That's like the base, the most important message. So I don't know. Yeah, good reminder and an interesting passage, I thought.
Doggone it. Well, this part's a little annoying.
So,
okay.
If I remember correctly, correct me if I'm wrong, but if you hold down the counter or the parry button, it just kind of blocks it. But if you time it right, it'll actually send it flying back. Is that how it works? Could be.
I'm not sure it's quite like that.
Okay.
I mean, maybe. I haven't normally bothered with, trying to do the perfect parry, other than situations where I've had to, like, the updated extra story stuff that we're still quite a ways from.
Right. Since I didn't read the tutorial, I was constantly trying to time it right, and I'm like, oh my gosh, parrying is so hard.
Alright, this is the dialogue that it actually wants me to find.
Alright. Nice.
Checking on one of the portal things, I guess? Or maybe that's one of the cannons.
I think it's an environmental analyzer.
Or something totally different.
All of the ancient technology is networked to cyberspace. If I can get it back online, we can maybe get some answers. Whoa!
No, it looks like one of the portal things.
What?
Nice.
Or maybe a little bit different.
Whoa. Wow, I don't remember this somehow.
I'll be honest, a lot of it kind of blurs together in my memory.
Yeah. Dang.
So, that was the thing.
Whatever assaulted the island sure packed a punch. That was on par with Dark Gaia, easy.
Dark
I feel like we need to
Gaia.
find the emeralds pronto.
I'm like, which game is that a reference to?
Yeah, I'm trying to think about that too.
Was Dark Gaia the one that was in Sonic Unleashed?
No, Eggman was pretty much just the boss in that one. I was going to talk about this on
Was
the
it
show.
Generations then? I don't know. Anyway.
Oh, maybe that was it. Yeah, maybe it was Generations. Just real quick, your video is frozen. Not a big deal, but I like to see your reactions.
Oh.
Anyway.
Seems fine on my end.
Okay. Yeah, no worries. I was going to bring this up. I started watching Sonic Prime on Netflix with my son. He really likes it. And I have to say, it is actually a pretty decent show. I only finished season 1, but yeah, I mean, if you are a fan of Sonic and you have extra time, check it out. It's pretty cool. It is a multiverse story. I think it was made when the multiverse stuff was really popular, but I don't know. I like multiverse stuff, and I thought it was pretty good. And they're making new ones too, still, I think. So, yeah, kind of random, but Sonic related, so I figured I'd bring it up.
And now I need to figure out which way to go again to get off of this part of the island and get to whatever other part where that marker is.
Yeah. Oh, and another... I'm just like... My brain is just going everywhere. I complained about a Windows update a while ago.
Yeah.
that ruined my video editor, or didn't ruin it, but like I couldn't use OpenShot in Windows. I was like, what the heck is going on? And I found out I wasn't the only one. Like I went on the GitHub page for OpenShot because it's an open source program.
Yeah.
And like other people were complaining too, and they finally fixed it. It's been like, I don't know, 6 months or something crazy where I had to boot into Linux just to edit videos. Finally, it's fixed, and it's not perfect. It's still a little bit broken, but oh man, I just had to bring that up. So annoying. Finally fixed it.
Yeah.
What's the editor you use again?
Mine's one that is a, paid program. So like,
Yeah.
for people who are looking for free editors, obviously I wouldn't recommend it. But it's just called Coral Video Studios.
Oh, I used to use that. Yeah, that one is good.
Yeah. One of my friends from high school who was actually a telecommunications major recommended it.
That was my first ever video editor, but it was like a really old version. Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah, I've updated it enough to be using the either 2023 or 24 version.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, okay, I will say OpenShot is, yes, it's free, but it's hard to get used to. Like, it's a little confusing if you...
This is where I went before, and I'm
not
sure how to...
You've already been there. Like, it takes a while. There's a learning curve with OpenShot. But it's free, so it's hard to argue with. And the one thing that I don't know if... I'm sure Coral does this, because you have to pay for it, but literally all the other free ones will not let you output to 60 frames a second, but OpenShot does. That was basically the main reason I used it.
The Coral one definitely does.
Okay.
I think the latest version might even have like a 4K option.
Oh wow. Yeah, I think
you can even edit like 3D videos too.
Oh my gosh, that's cool.
Or the ones that are like I guess it's more like VR or whatever.
360. Oh, VR.
360, yeah. Yeah, there's all sorts of options there. I've also since the latest update been editing all of my short videos on there.
Nice.
Because I mean, it's got like a vertical option for editing, and it's got a built-in speech to text feature now.
Oh, wow, that is cool. OpenShot does not have that. It does have the vertical aspect ratio, but that was something we were looking for. That's cool that you have that. That's really nice. Yeah, there's a lot of good tools out there.
Okay, why is this not getting me anywhere?
You have to slam it?
Maybe. No, it's like it just has the one bounce and that's it. Weird. Okay, let me go elsewhere then. And hope that elsewhere is not off the edge of a cliff. How do I get over there? I don't understand. Okay. Well, I'll give this path a shot, I guess. Nope. Right back here. Well, apologies for the lack of progress there. What am I even supposed to be getting? It says talk to Tails. But, like... where?
Yeah.
I'm looking exactly in the direction that it suggests, and maybe I just haven't revealed that part of the map. Maybe that's the issue.
And you might need to go around the volcano? I can't... Sometimes That island definitely confused me sometimes.
Yep.
Do you remember what the boss was for this island? I can't even remember.
Ooh, here's a thought. Maybe if I follow the squid around, it'll lead me to a different island. I don't know. If I can even get to its, like, path there. It seems like it's up too high.
Yeah, there was one enemy that lets you kind of fly, and that might get you up there. But it might not be necessary.
I don't know. I'm gonna look around for different rails and stuff, and I figure eventually some of those will get me where I need to go.
Yeah, true. Eventually.
Okay. Where's the start of this rail? That I'm, like, kind of following here. Okay. So maybe if I do this. Anyway, you had some sort of other thought that I feel like you were in the middle of. And...
I lost my train of thought. I don't know. Oh, something about editing. And the text to, or the voice to...
Yeah, speech to text stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just annoying that they had apps that did that for free, and then like once you're used to using it, they switch it to like paid mode. It was annoying.
Oh, right. I forgot I gotta block it twice.
Man, I was so sick when I came back from Brazil. Like, I think it was some kind of Brazilian flu, but I went to urgent care, and because I was like, I mean, I barely remember that day. I was just like so sick. I don't even want to go into the details, but they tested me for COVID and the flu, and it didn't come up. But I think they only test for like the flus in the U.S. So I probably brought back something. My wife and son got it too, and oh man, I mean, again, I don't want to go into too much detail, but my son, he's 3 years old. I don't think he's ever had a flu. He's never like thrown up or anything. But let's just say, oh, and we had to drive from Atlanta to where we live now, and that car ride was very messy, horribly messy. But it's one of the good reasons why, like, having toddlers in their own car seat, because it didn't actually like mess up the car. It was all kind of contained. Anyway, it's probably too much detail, but yeah, that was a bad flu. I haven't been that sick since like college.
Oh, jeez.
Somehow it didn't really, like, my wife got it too, and for them it was like an 8-hour flu. For me it was like 24 hours. Somehow it just hit me harder. And the baby didn't even get it. She's totally fine. There's my random thoughts. Another random thought. We're just keeping discussion going while we're figuring out where to go. Dauntless. So that was a game I played with Zent before I went to Brazil, and they had some huge update which I have not played yet, but apparently the game is like dead now. Like everyone hated the update, and
yeah, I even saw the title of one of his videos being like, Dauntless, but it's not fun anymore, or something like that.
I want to log in just to like see what happened, like why everyone hates it so much. I mean, okay, I know that basically all your progress gets reset because they updated the weapon system. But they were going to reward people somehow, so I don't know how it could be that bad of an update that, like, people just quit. I don't know, it's kind of... I got to figure out what happened. That's a really interesting story. That would be, like, a good, like, video documentary, like, The Fall of Dauntless.
I already did this, and I didn't even realize it. Okay.
Do you watch, like, hour-and-a-half video essays? I like watching those things.
Not really. Pretty much anything that I watch nowadays that's like anything over an hour, it's just because like I'm trying to, you know, help my fellow creators and whatnot, and like
oh yeah.
Well, that combined with the fact that I will then watch it on like 1.25 times speed.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. I like watching them. I haven't had time recently, but most of the time I watch it like in the background while I'm, you know, if the kids are watching TV, I can kind of keep an eye on them and watch something like that, and then I can pause it. I don't know, it just depends.
Yeah,
but yeah, I mean, and the other thing is, I would like to make videos like that, but man, that just takes so much time.
Yeah.
I don't know how people like get into that. But,
like I even every once in a while will do more of a like highlight compilation or some other thing where it's like I'm doing a particular challenge that's spread across a game or something, and like just editing that stuff together is enough for my liking.
right, yeah.
Anyway, I don't think I'm actually going to end up making any other progress
Yeah.
this episode. But, you know, I think I'm kind of on the right general track now, at least. I'm off the, like, weird center island thing that seems to only really have, like, one way in or out. And now I'm kind of headed around here. So then maybe, because like the place it wants me to go is somewhere up in this area, I think.
Right.
By the way, for anyone curious about the Bible verses I kind of mentioned in passing after what Jordan was saying, you'll have to look at, you know, our other not Sonic Frontiers videos, probably Song of Nunu.
Yeah. Speaking of Song of Nunu, we might have a very short episode because I actually looked up how long for like where the game ends, and I think we're like right at the end. You can look up full playthroughs, and it's like 4.5 hours, and we're currently at like 6.5. So I don't know, maybe those people just knew what they were doing already. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, if you want to check that out, that'll be coming up soon. There's one thing I want to do with our channel. I know I've mentioned it before. Is like put all the episodes together and just have like, oh, this is the Sonic Forces playthrough, and it's just like super long video.
Yeah, you see, in my opinion, that's what playlists are for.
Yeah, that's true. No, that is a good point. Yeah.
But then, like, getting people to actually watch the full playlist is questionable.
Yeah.
Alright. Well, I found Tails, I think. Should I talk to him now, or should I just save that for the start of the next episode? I'm thinking save it based on the time that we've spent.
Yeah, this is a good time. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
All right.
thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the conversation, at least, despite the lack of progress in the game. It's been a little while, so it feels like we're kind of warming up.
Yeah. But I feel like we had some good discussions, and next time we'll be talking to Tails. So
make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss that.
Yeah.
Or our, very engaging conversations.
Yeah. Jordan's random thoughts and
Anyway.
Matt's responses.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. See you soon.